it seems to be movie music where the movies is shown. What is movies, my friend? It's fake news. Are you a movie star, or are you in the real world? Real world of turmoil and stress. People are seeking happiness. People are seeking real happiness. People are seeking happiness. Fortune. Why are people seeking that? You see? What is happiness? Is it when you have the same things as your we can call him neighbor. If that's the neighbor, let's call him neighbor. Is that the happiness? You see your neighbor happy? Is that happiness? You see him happy, maybe just that moment. And when you get the same thing, you may feel happy. That moment in time. What's the big deal about that? Is it your objective in this world to be happy? To be... are you happy for that? Are you happy to be... I think many people... Let us take our overview. I don't want to be prejudiced in any way. I don't like that. But it seems... let me put it in a very small... My opinion doesn't really matter. That's my take on it. My opinion doesn't really matter at all. And I think that is just a rare thing to say, where everybody's opinion matters. In a democracy, it should matter. I agree to that, but in the big picture, my opinion doesn't really change. Today it's most of the reality is about me and me, and my opinion, my take on things, my view. So my view on this to be happy is just from my perspective. It's when you have this and that, you are happy. And many of the bloggers, I don't want to criticize the bloggers, but it seems so. And the mercantiles say that we have to do this and that. Picture with ladies that is well dressed, well figured, well, everything seems to fit a standard. And the mercantile says that if you want to achieve higher sale, we have to do this, we have to do that in order to increase. And my friend that is Atle, his name is Atle. He says that if you can build some need, if you can convince people, it's like when you go to Sahara, you want to sell sand there. That's how good some salesmen are. We have a saying in Norway that if you can sell sand in Sahara, that's the peak of achievement. Because Sahara is all about sand. And if you can sell it, wow. One grain of sand and so on. So you see, the big industry have corrupted our minds to that degree that we don't even recognize who we are anymore. We collect things as to feel something. We eat certain things as to feel something. We do certain things in order to feel something. But is there a higher value to that? What is our feeling, sensory organs all about? It's excitement. So the need of excitement drives us forward in our way. That I want to experience this, so we go there, we do this and have that. That's the mentality of the human kind. It can be a devastating thing to achieve, because if you think you do this in order to achieve that, you may go wrong. You can go so wrong, because if your value is to achieve some happiness, some fortune, some fame, you easily get corrupted. Even that mind in itself is a corrupted mind. So I keep arresting myself for that. I try to stay sober. It's just my opinion, and that doesn't really matter. In the big, I say, I came to that conclusion many years ago, that I was writing books. I think I've written 3 major books, 3 major, 1 small one, but 3 major. And I came to that conclusion that my opinion doesn't really matter. It's void, as we see here. It's less than nothing. It's just a hollow entity. But we have to fill the void. Fill it. It's kind of this music from this kind of void-like music. It's increased void in order to make sound. So be the increased void to make some sound. I think your entity, your personality, should be more than about what you can achieve, what you can strive for, what you can manage to do, or to foresee. I don't know what your mind is all about, but if that's the case, I think you will go wrong. The thing about the human mind kind is that we are void, but it takes time to admit to that kind of state. The void the void in itself, because we have so much to strive for. In the book of Bible, it's written about the big Solomon, the wise man. People have forgot him. The Solomon said everything is void. He was the wise man. Everything is void. Even our opinions is void. If we can fill our void, vessel of void, with some higher degree of value, if the value of our void, let me rephrase that, it came out very wrong. If we can fill our void with something even more void, what is that? You see, we can see gold, a brick of gold, as something valuable. We can pay some money for it, and it's a value of matter. The matter have its own value. So if you value house, bricks, or stones, then you're just an empty vessel. But if you have this vessel that longs for more kind of a value that is all about its own void, and God is that, for me, God is that great value. Jesus is some kind of representative of that void. The value of life. If you can range the value of a human being, we are inferior to God. We are inferior because we are made of matter. But the value of a human man, the humankind, is beyond our understanding of value. So people kill each other because they have no sense of value. They don't value. I mean murder. Kill is maybe a necessary act, but murder. They kill because they don't see any value in, like in big dictators and so on. They don't value their people. For a king, the only value for a king, or the greatest value for a king, should be his own people's value, the value of his people, to protect, to serve. That's why Jesus said to his apostles, his disciples, you are here to serve. I'm here to serve. the service. What is that kind of service? Because if you value something, you will serve it. If you value control and power, you will have to serve it. If you value gold or money or whatever, you will have to serve it by doing labor. But if you value people, if you value humankind, you will have to serve them. It's many people in wrong places today, my friend. Many people in wrong places because of that pure and simple banality of a fact. That when people are put in places that they have no value of, that's their obligation to serve the people. But if their aim is control and power for themselves, they are in a wrong place. So, my friends, when you have some elections, like they do in Kenya now, I think it is in any which way, sorry to say it to your face, my friends, to elect a king or a president or someone that doesn't really care about their people. They care about themselves. And you know the difference. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not talking only about Kenyan election. It's here too. It's all over when they have some free elections. People are lured into believing that, what I will put my bill on, what I will vote for is our man. But you see, the simple truth to that is, yes, we are to vote. That is our obligation. But if we put people that are seeking some power for himself or herself, that's destined to be war. That is destined to be a destruction of the society. In the big picture, what you value will be either the destruction of the community or the foundation of the community. So what is your value, my friend? You have to see yourself as a void vessel of void, because what is your drive? What is your push forward in your life? You have to fill this vessel with something. For me, it's more void. For me, it's more of how to meet my value is if I meet people. I don't claim to do it. I don't do that because that would be a lie. But I would just say, as a simple human being, my attempt to meet people with respect, with the same degree as I want them to meet me. That is equalizing. That is equilibrium. If you want to contribute, not only receive, but you contribute with your own personality, with your own drive, and you can change your path in life with your values. If you have some new values, put it to the test. It's much needed today, my friend. If you want a better world, simple fact, number 10, I don't know, a simple fact to the achievements of higher degree of humanity, the higher level of dignity. If people put to test their own value, if it's only about them, it will be received as something very egoistic and selfish. You have to contribute by putting something to the test. And many volunteer organizations that's based on volunteering are they are more vibrant, they are more, what can I say, they are more lasting, their lifespan as an organization, or just a simple volunteer that want to serve the people, will last more than a government, will last more than 10 years, will last more than maybe 100 years. Some organizations that have this foundation, and I recommended my fellow Africans that they can establish their own will to certain place like Thessalia. Thessalia is a mission station that was bought from the Finns, people of Finland. It was a missionary there, and I told my girlfriend that this station should be. I'm not pursuing that, in us. I have to do it. No, it's just some idea that this station is based on the first people there that wanted to contribute to the society. It should be based on that ground, not as something that we convert into money making, which have been attempted and failed. Money is not needed if you are volunteering. Your asset is that void of volunteering, your void of value, of appreciating this basis this place was based on. So that was a short intermezzo of Thessalia, and I believe that could happen if the people. I believe in people. I believe in the human spirit. Either it's Misungo or African. I trust, because if you get out your will, if you see something is gone, which we have to learn, the time period of our life is to see something go away, fly away, like my ownership of something. I have to see it fly away, because within this flight, so to say, should be based, the ownership should be based in your heart, not in a certain matter. So when people get the feeling of wow, This is so valuable. This place have been so grounded on what we believe, everybody in. We believe in it. It should be based on that belief, that foundation of value. So when you see things fly away, my friend, don't fight over it. Just let it go. Because like the bird, dove in the Ark of Noah, if you believe that the bird you sent out because of some happening was lost, but when it have nowhere to go, it will come back with something promising for everybody. So my friends, don't despair, don't give up, don't be angry at unjust, because everything in the lifespan of a human being is how to deal with the unjust. It's we can't take things for granted. We can't fight our brothers and sisters just to have some right. No. The right, my friend, is to give it away. I give you the opportunity to say what you want. You can say whatever you want. It's only in your own world that exists. So base your value in the realm of void. It have more density. Let me shout it out. It have more density than any matter have, because the spirit dwells within. When the spirit is there, you should believe in it. You should believe in the Holy Spirit that dwells within this kind of void, value of void, that you can't deny even if you are a leftist or atheist. I'm talking to you. You can't deny the obvious fact of the value of void. Void is something you can't see, you can't touch, you can't own. It's just there for sharing. It's there for experience. Learning curve that you have to let go of things that you felt it was yours. Even you have to move away. Trust in God. Trust in void. Trust in time. Trust in the movement of space. I've been thinking much of the space lately. Time will appear again in space. So, my friends, don't despair, don't worry, don't think that you couldn't fight for it. It's not worth fighting for. If you see the higher value of the things, you wouldn't fight. It should be received as something, as a blessing. And the blessing you can't take for granted. Blessing is something of higher value. When things is a blessing for you, that's the value of it. That's the value of it. Bless therefore each other. Even your enemies need your blessing. Or let me put it in a different way. You need to bless your enemy.